I created this theme to avoid copyright. I created this theme to avoid copyright. I created this theme to avoid copyright. Welcome to Grandpa's World. Woo! There we are. There we
All
are.
right, man. Goddamn Evu.
I know. I gotta check and see if we're live on. Okay, we're live on. We're live on the. I had to check to make sure we were live on Rumble because I don't know what's going on with Evu. Did this to us last week, and now it did it to us this week. Where I start Evu Mux and it says initializing, and it took forever. It took 4 minutes. I said fuck it, so I stopped it and started it again. So I had to make sure it didn't mess up the other
Fuse.
Yeah, so make sure we're still live on Rumble because when it said published, I'm like, man, I hope it's okay. But yeah, man, that shit fucking, I don't know, man. Evu's starting to slide. They're starting to slide.
Yeah, it's they're going head to head with SteamYard, but it's I've heard good things about both, but been initializing an awful lot, man.
I know.
We got to give the people what they want. We got to be on time.
Right. And I don't pay for this. This is on Michael J's dime, but
nice.
like I would maybe he should start thinking about going back to StreamYard or something because
that
was ridiculously long. Like I was like, the fuck, man, it took forever. I thought, maybe we're not going to be on tonight. Maybe the internet don't want us tonight.
It's just going to be you and me talking. And I got this new fancy tripod. So it'd be a shame if that went to waste and I couldn't use it on the show, man. Thank you, Michael J. The rabbit and red provocateur.
Hell yeah. He said, came to my house the other day. I'm like, I better get this to him.
That's right, man. That's right. And we watched some weird ass videos over here, and it was all good, man.
Yeah, it's a decent tripod.
It is, dude. And it makes things so much easier for me because the situation with my rig and everything, and I like this a little better. I can be a little bit more animated and can be comfortable over here, and it's a lot easier for me if I gotta get up and go to the bathroom or something like that,
Right.
But I don't plan on doing that because we got a captivated audience, man. Hopefully we got somebody chiming in. Now I can't see any of the comments or anything, so if something pops up, you'll have to keep me informed.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only flaw with using your phone.
Right. It's okay though. It's all right.
Yeah. No one ever says anything anyway, and usually it's...
Well, we had Cody and Trav that chimed in, and then Steve chimed in for a little while.
Steve?
Or was that on Backwoods that he chimed in?
That had to have been Backwoods.
Yeah, I get my shows mixed up, But yeah, this will help for Backwoods too, because I can do being able to do it from my chair, and I can sit here and smoke and drink and all that, and it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So our topic for this week was going to be aliens and shit, but I'm a little disappointed. To be honest, I thought Trump was going to drop it on us during the State of the Union, that aliens were real and they're going to release the alien files to go against the Epstein files, and our whole fabric of reality was going to crumble. But I don't know. I think they dumped that script pretty fast. What'd you think?
Man, if you think for 1 second he was going to tell us anything truthful, you need to put a little bit something stronger in that vape, dude.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I thought, man, there was a lot of speculation that he was going to either drop aliens on us or he was going to tell us we're going to war with Iran, something. But it was kind of just, the same old with Trump. Look at me. Everybody sucks but me. And
the Iran one, I thought for sure he would have brought that up because, I guess I read today it said they are they are almost they're close to having an agreement. So I guess Iran has realized with their people turning on them and this they don't want anything. They don't want any problems. So I think they're
Yeah, it could really get ugly, man. If that if everybody went to war with Iran, it would definitely probably start World War III, and it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be good for anybody.
oh
They'd cut off our supply lines for what is that? The Strait of Vermouth? Is that what
straight
it's called?
straight of something. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, the Strait of Bumfuckistan. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
I shouldn't be so racist, but you know what I mean.
right. But
But yeah,
y-
so it just wouldn't turn out good. And literally 90% of all Americans, mostly Trump's base, are basically saying, dude, the one thing we did not elect you for is to get us into a war with Iran because everybody thinks it'd be for Israel. So it's I'm not down with it, man. No
we'll
way,
have
man.
we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I don't know. It's a it's a weird subject for me because either they're going to make an agreement or they're going to make an agreement. Israel's going to say, well, this agreement's not good enough. I don't know. It's like, it's hard to, when it comes to the world of politics, it's hard to fucking tell what's going to happen, what's not going to happen.
Yeah, me too, man. And Netanyahu, I don't know what that guy's going to do. That guy's a loose cannon. His name isn't even Benjamin Netanyahu. It's not even his real name. It's like a stage name.
Well, he's probably got some long Arabic type Jewish name
Yeah, it's like
we can't even pronounce.
Halami, Salami, Benjami or something. I don't know what his name is. But it's not or it's something simple like Jim Rosenberg or something. Like, and he changed it. I just know that's not his real name. But we don't want to get too political because honestly, I'm kind of a dipshit and I don't know that much about the whole conflict and I certainly don't want to be polarizing here. So even though we can be, I got accused of being a leftist the other day because I had some lefty views, but I'm a centrist, man. I'm getting fed up with everything at the moment. If they don't do something about the Epstein files,
They're
I'm
not
out
going to
on
do anything.
everybody.
They're not. Just like that Christine Nome douchebag today. It was like, we're going to make sex crimes against children a death sentence. Well, what good does it do if you don't prosecute people?
Right. Yeah. If you're just going to put a death sentence on everybody else, put a death sentence on the guys that are friggin' eating babies and shit.
Right.
Because dude, if some schlubs in Wisconsin are thinking it, some rich folks, billionaires have thought about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's. I'm not saying I've thought about eating kids, no, but like that would be something that a rich person would do. Just I don't know.
I don't think as bad as it is, as awful as it is, as horrendous as it is, we all need to just get used to the fact that ain't nothing gonna be done about it.
Nothing. They ain't a goddamn thing, man. And that's
Right.
the big part because the QAnon folks and a lot of the MAGA folks, they all signed on to this thinking that the satanic cabal was going to be taken out, and these people that we've known they've been running the show for decades, if not millennia. We know they've been running the show, and we thought they were finally going to get taken down. Now, I will give Trump some credit that he is kind of dismantling the whole globalist plan, if you follow Alex Jones, but there's just not enough getting done about the Epstein files. And I'm not a real big Cash Patel fan right now.
Well, no, because he's not arresting nobody.
Yeah, he's not arresting anybody, and he's just kind of, and it goes beyond the whole hockey game performance or whatever, or not performance, but celebration and all that. He's just not. They're not doing nothing, man.
Well, the other day I was talking with the wife about how we're all no one gets along anymore, and
Nobody.
and they proved that to me the other day because hear me out. So they have awards in Britain called the BAFTAs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they had a guy there with Tourette's. Now I have known people with Tourette's,
Right.
so I I understand that people say they blurt out things. Now, I know a lot of black people are like, "Well, where did he get that word from?" If it had to have been his vocabulary, and my brain goes to, well, movies, music from you
Well,
guys,
yeah, I mean, there's like what 2,000 rap albums where
right?
they say it every other word. That word being in someone's lexicon isn't, and especially in a lot of cases, a lot of people call themselves that word, so it's
But
and
here's here,
that BAFTA stuff. That's a weird subject
well,
because
here,
I kind of have mild Tourette's myself and just kind of blurt out shit.
well,
I don't know if it's Tourette's or I'm just a weirdo or something, but
well, here's my problem with the dude. He said he used a racial slur live on or live during the recording, but he didn't any other time. Like, why is this the only time he? I've known people with Tourette's who blurt out stuff constantly. Well, he chose just
constantly.
right. That's why I'm starting to believe it may have been a racist move. But that's not my point here. My first point is if you have Tourette's, maybe you shouldn't be attending live events. Just
Well,
saying.
that's kind of what. Well, there was wasn't he there like honoring a film or something like that, like a
Yeah.
documentary? Yeah,
But they could have done it differently. But here's my biggest problem. They went back. There was a whole speech at one of the awards. One of the people accepting an award gave a speech about Palestine and Israel. That was edited out. So we never got only the people that were there live heard it. The people at home didn't hear it because it was edited out.
right,
That's why I'm saying they want us separated. They want us hating each other because
right.
they can edit out the words Israel and Palestine, but some guy blurts out the word nigger and they fucking don't cut that shit. Like what the why didn't they edit that out too? And that's because they wanted everybody to hear it so they could
Yeah,
add
that's
and
exactly where I stand on this. Whether it was an intentional thing or not, they wanted that to be heard. They wanted it, and it's another tool for division. If it
right,
was ignored and they just dealt with it quietly, it wouldn't be a big issue. But they want that to be the script of the week because this whole year has been exactly like 2020. It seems like every week they try to do something new or something new comes out to get us to hate each other. Because, man, the BAFTA thing, if you go on like threads or X, there is so much white hate going on. Like people hating against white people, and we're all scumbags and everything because this dude said it, and it's crazy. But yeah, I 100% agree that they wanted definitely to keep that in there
right,
because it was going to get attention. Because ain't
right.
nobody going to talk about the BAFTAs any other time, but it's
I
those
forgot they
two.
existed.
Yeah, me too, man. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a BAFTA show or anything like that. So,
I I can't believe I'm sorry, but I can't believe that Delroy Lindo didn't jump down off the stage and smack a bitch because
yeah, it's fucking smack the old motherfucker. Who was
he
the other guy? Was the other guy Michael B. Jordan?
yeah.
Oh shit, he would have done it too, man.
That's
I
what
like
I'm
Michael
saying.
B. Jordan,
I
man.
don't understand how And that's what I told my wife. My biggest bitch about this whole thing was, why was this guy not throwing out his Tourette shit the entire time? Why was
Yeah,
it
like why
just
didn't if there was why like when a white person got up there, why didn't he yell like honky or something
right or
or
anything?
a fat person get up there and say? But yeah, that's sometimes with Tourette's that's weird because when I get my Tourette's stuff, I just like bust out weird noises, like I'm like or some dumb shit. But
I
it
don't know.
seems like a lot of these folks they say this horrible, like hurtful stuff. And I've never ran into a lot of Tourette's people like that. That just, I knew a guy that would blurt out like swear words and stuff, but nothing like that. It's
Yeah, that it was like just I you know I have a disabled grandson. I know there's people out there that do things they can't control, and
yeah,
I'm not going to condemn him because he's got Tourette's. So I don't know if he was if I mean he could have been hey, he could have been raised in a racist home. I don't know. I don't know the guy. But
yeah,
I do think that if he ever in his life ever blurted out racial slurs before, he should have not gone. Because you're in a room full of black people, white people, Asian people, you know,
yeah. On a world stage, you probably
should have stayed
probably
home.
should have been vetted a little bit more, or like put him in the back row or something.
Right.
So
So
I don't
So,
know.
I'm not siding with anybody, but
Yeah,
I am shaming them for not editing it out. But oh, we got to remove this Palestine shit. Make sure you edit that out. But yet they didn't. They couldn't take 2 seconds to blurp out that word. That pisses me off. That
yeah.
pisses me.
They wanted. I think they wanted it for publicity too. Not just to like have everybody against each other, but publicity for the show. And it's just, but like with everything else these days, it'll be forgotten by next week.
And here
Yep.
and here's the other thing too. Everybody's calling for his apology. Well, if you believe he's a racist and a hateful person, what good is him saying I'm sorry going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to do anything. And I think he already did apologize. From
He
what
did,
I know, he
but
yeah, he
But no, it's like, but that's what I'm saying. The first time somebody does something racist or hateful or anything, everybody's like, well, I don't know why he didn't apologize. And I think to myself, would you have cared if he apologized? If someone personally attacked me and called me something, I'm pretty sure I don't want an apology if I don't know the person because what difference does it make? It's not gonna,
well,
if the
yeah, I
guy,
mean if they felt that way to begin with,
right,
what's the use? Like I'm not going to do anything with that apology anyway.
right, if the
I'm a
guy,
very forgiving person though, so I might accept his apology or their apology. But yeah, I'm with you. It wouldn't mean much. Like I'd be okay, fine, you're sorry.
I
I'm
mean, if
not
the
going to be buddy buddy with you or anything
right,
like that. So
if the guy down the street was walking his dog and walked by and said, "Oh, you're such a fat asshole" or something to me,
right, right.
I'm not gonna chase him down and be like, "You better apologize." 'Cause I don't fucking care. So
Yeah,
it's
those people, I just forget about those people, man.
right,
You know what I
but
mean? I write them off for my life, and that's it. So now I gotta give an endorsement.
there you go.
Sunkist
Sunkissed orange.
orange soda. I am an orange soda connoisseur. I love it. I only get it. I only get to have it every once in a while. And I don't know. It seems like every time I'd go crazy from the politics, I'd start drinking a lot of orange soda, and people get worried. They're like, "Oh, Murray's drinking orange soda again." But no, I picked up some, and I have to say, I think Sunkist is the superior orange soda. And
I
you didn't.
used as a kid, I was a Fanta guy, but I think they
I
changed
like
their
Fanta.
formula. I don't think it's as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a Sunkist before a Fanta. I like a good crush too, man. Like Orange Crush. That's good, but to me, man, Sunkist is where it's at.
Now back in the what was it 90s, those chicks in those Fanta commercials were hot. Woo!
That's right, man.
Dancing in their booty shorts.
Yeah, Fanta was always kind of the the weird soda brand. Like they were always good, but they never like really broke out over here in the States too much. Not like they're not as big as they are in Germany or anything like that.
Right. And
But
and then and then what and then well today I was reading comments. It's not the headlines that drive me nuts, it's the comment section that drives me nuts.
yeah, me too, man. I end up fighting with a lot of people. That's where, I hate Facebook sometimes because it brings out a side of me that I don't necessarily want a lot of people to see. But then I start fighting with people in the comments and everybody sees it and they're like, oh my God, man, Murray's a fucking asshole, But some of the people I can't help but fight with them just because I think a lot of people are NPCs, man.
Well, there are bots. When you
Well,
go
yeah,
through,
there's a lot of bots, real bots out there. But usually, man, the bots are getting pretty easy to spot these days. When 90% of the comments are one way or the other.
I think we lost him. He's frozen in time. Frozen in time. We'll give him a minute. We'll give him a minute. And there he goes. So we'll give him a minute. See if he comes back. It's the only problem with doing it on the phone. More comfortable for him. Easier to use a tripod, but cell phones have very unreliable. Yeah, yeah. He was silenced. He was silenced by the bots. Oh, we're easy to figure out, are we? Boop. So hopefully there he is.
Well, that was weird. I could see myself.
Yeah, you totally froze. Even Steve said you were silenced by the bots. You started talking about the bots, they shut you up.
That's probably what happened, man. Because I could see myself just fine. I was still going. And I was hearing myself and wow, I froze up, man. So when that happens, keep talking and I'll know and I'll just log in and log out. I don't
Okay.
think that's ever happened to me before. I think Steve's right.
The bots
The
were like,
bot.
oh, you can figure us out, huh? Well, fuck you, they said.
Yeah, fuck you. We're coming for you, Murray. We know you're a dick online, man.
Yeah,
We know you what you say to bots, man.
that's right. But
Fucking assholes.
I was, it kills me because, okay, everybody is, the whole Netflix, Warner Brothers, Paramount deal has been
Yeah,
the talk of the town.
yeah.
My whole thing is who fucking cares? I'm not a millionaire. I don't make movies. I don't care who owns Warner Brothers because it
Well,
doesn't matter because they're not going to listen to me anyway. If I tell them why you're doing this wrong, they're not going to listen. Like so, I don't
I
whether
I
they
I, I agree, but
either Paramount's going to ruin it or I mean, look, AT&T bought it and ruined it. Discovery bought it and ruined it.
yeah,
Fucking
true.
yeah,
But dude, I want anybody but Netflix to have Warner Brothers because I don't want to think about what they would do with some of those IPs. I mean, some of the Netflix stuff is great. I love it. But there's so many beloved IPs on Warner Brothers. I just don't know what Netflix. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at here.
right. Like, well, I don't think Netflix could make Star Trek any worse than fucking Paramount has on their own.
Oh, Jesus. That is a train wreck, man. Did you watch it? Did you watch any of it?
I couldn't. I watched the first episode and was like, nope.
I struggled. I tried to make it through the first episode And all I could think of was this could possibly be the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. It's like, it's terrible. I can't.
Yeah, it's
I don't even own a thesaurus, so I can't go on. I can't. It's awful. I don't. I just can't get into it. And the problem is, it probably could have done good if they hadn't have been so preachy and so weird. Yeah, okay, if there's a gay Klingon, I don't care that there's a gay Klingon
yeah, but
because
yeah, don't make it the like forefront of the show. Like all I ever see about that show is there's a gay Klingon and he wore a wedding dress. There's a gay Klingon and he wore a wedding dress. All right, there's a gay person in there. Okay, that's fine. Like, let's get on to the like Star Trekky stuff. But it's not
right,
just that. Yeah, it's not just that with the gay Klingon. It's just the characters. Like, there's what I can't get is like there's like they have all of these medical advances where they can even grow body parts and stuff. But they still have an autistic person in there. And I'm not saying anything against autistic people, and they definitely need representation and everything. But it's hard for me to swallow that that would still be going on in the year 2500. And
right.
whatever that hologram chick is, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's just a hologram like the Doctor.
yeah, but we're the way they wrote her is so ridiculous. You know what I mean?
They tried to write her like a child experiencing the world for the first time, but they made her
Right.
obnoxious.
Yeah, they just made her obnoxious and kind of a dork, and
Right,
and yes, dorks need representation too. That's why I'm here. I'm representing the dorks. But that her character, it was so annoying. I could barely stand it. And I saw highlights. I watched a lot of YouTube videos where they're trashing it and talking about each episode. It seems to get progressively worse with every episode. Some of the stuff. And what is up with it? It's Holly Hunter, right?
see, I like Holly Hunter. I don't know.
I
She
love
just
Holly Hunter.
she's just terrible in this.
Right. I love Holly Hunter, but whoever wrote her character really should be slapped because it's if you can make Holly Hunter unlikable, there's something wrong with your writing team.
Well, it's like the meme I sent my wife because she's old school Star Trek like me. And I sent her the meme where it shows the guy in an interview at Paramount at the dude's office who produces it now. And the guy says to him, "Hey, man, this doesn't seem like something that Gene Roddenberry would." No, it was like, I don't know much about Gene Roddenberry's vision for Star Trek. Is that going to be different, make a difference? And the guy and then the producer's like, "You're hired." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's it? What do they call that? Kurtzman or something?
The Kurtzman dude. It's like, he doesn't know
Yeah,
anything.
that's
You're hired.
they blame him. They kind of like blame him like Catherine Kennedy for the downfall of Star Wars. He's kind of
She's the
the
scapegoat.
Star Trek guy.
But you do know that uh, people don't remember this. And when you show them pictures, some people are like, is that real? The guys in Star Trek wore skirts back in the day. There were back in the 60s, some of the Star Trek crew had skirts on, and they even had the skirts on them in the first season of The Next Generation. So that was a thing that Roddenberry did. That he did put men in skirts. Just pointing that
Yeah,
out.
kind of try to make it more androgynous, I guess. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're headed.
See, that
And
was
man,
what I
I ain't
like.
gonna lie, man. If I had a kilt, I'd bust that shit out all the time, man.
See, I'm not going to use the word because everybody takes the word. Just like my aunt or my mom. If my mom came to me and said, "Well, I gotta leave," came to visit me, and she said, "Yeah, I gotta leave early. I'm gonna go get a facial," I'd lose my shit. I'd say, "You whore," because but that's not what my mom would mean. But I would think she's a whore and she's gonna go suck a triangle of cock. But my
Right.
mom, well, I don't know if my mom would do that. I would hope not.
I let's hope not, man. Let's hope not.
But that's what I say. So I'm not going to use the word. I'm going to say this. I'm going to word it this way. Back in the day, now I wasn't alive in the 60s because, well, my parents hadn't met yet. But from everything that I've seen and talked to very good old boomer Star Trek fans, talking to boomer ones now, Star Trek was always progressive.
Oh yeah, I mean it had the first interracial kiss. And Star Trek has always been about, in fact, back in the 60s, they used to accuse Star Trek of being communist because, it was progressive and kind of went against the ideals at the time. But there's a difference between old Star Trek progressiveness and this woke crap, which, I know that word, some people are against it and for it, but there is no other way to describe the new Star Trek show. It is woke beyond woke.
See,
It
this is why I like doing the show with you because it's we're like the Hannity and Combs, you know,
okay.
because
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with any of the I don't have a problem with the woke stuff that the progressive stuff. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is the writing just sucks.
Well,
Because
yeah. See, I got a problem with the woke stuff when they try to shove it down your throat,
right.
like with the gay Klingon and all that. I don't want to see the Klingons become that. Like not all Klingons are going to be gay, but just I don't know. It's kind of, and I hate to say this, when they started making female stormtroopers, like in the Force Awakens, I'm like, no, dude, I don't want female stormtroopers. That's kind of, I'm not misogynistic. I just don't think the Empire would hire female stormtroopers. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm just thinking of I'm just thinking of a you see I see a lot I watch a lot of cop videos on YouTube and it just seems like the majority of female cops are like they're not terrible, but there's certain situations where they lack the skill. And
Right, right.
I just picture female stormtroopers, you know, people be just pushing them down and running away from them. And I don't know. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I, for me, I don't, when I go to a movie and I see, I don't, like you said, I don't think about it unless they fucking do the
Like
whole,
ram it down your throat. Yeah.
right.
Like I'm usually like you take like the original Aliens per se, right?
Right.
And Ripley was the strong female lead character, and they didn't shove it down your throat, and it felt natural and it felt right. But then when they have to go out of their way to make the whole girl boss, women's empowerment kind of message, where it's front and center and shoved in your face, that's when I got a problem with it.
Right, and I do too. Like I don't care that I don't care the Klingon was gay, and I don't care that they told us the Klingon is gay. But let's not focus on an entire episode about him being gay. You can focus on his, like I kind of like the way, I like the way they. Did you ever watch that show with what was the one that? What was the one? He can't see him. He's got his phone in a way that he can't see the
Yeah,
messages
I
that
can't see the comments. I was just going to ask you what it was said, but
Steve was saying you don't ever look at the messages. I guess we should have told everybody before the show that you can't see them.
Yeah, I can't see. It's very small. I got my lobby up and everything, and I could try to maneuver it, but I don't want to get knocked off again. So next podcast we do, I'll set it up ahead of time so we're in the lobby and
Because
or so I got the screen wide open and I can see it.
because I forgot. Well, I post. Steve said now they're going to start doing Klingon musicals. LOL.
Yeah, that's right, man.
And
And
Cody
it's
was
gonna
like,
be
"Oh,
bad.
Klingons."
I just instead of the bird of prey, it's gonna be the bird of gay.
Well, but see, like I like the way they did it in the one show. Uh, the what's that one that was on Hulu and Fox? The one done by Family Guy dude, the Orville.
Orville, yeah.
I like the way they handled the gay aliens on the Orville. The ones that those two gay, the two guys that the two aliens that are gay. It said planet, but see the way they did it was good. Yes, we're showing you the troubles of a gay couple, and but they came from a society that were all
But it
men.
was all male. Yes, dude. That is the way they should have done the gay Klingons. Just like that, where they were still Klingons, but I don't know. That almost, now that you put it that way, thinking about the gay Klingons, it's almost a ripoff of the Orville characters.
Right.
Because those were, you're talking about the aliens that the male dude gets pregnant, and in their society, they had a female and they had to hide her in a cave.
They have to go through they have to be if they have a female, they have to be transitioned to a male because they're not supposed there's no males.
Right. And then the female ones are like that's they're super super rare, the ones that weren't transitioned and all that.
Right. And some of the crew were against the transition and some weren't, but at the end he had the transition because it was their culture. You got to let them do their thing.
Yeah, and they were trying to fight to just let her be the baby. But and don't those guys can eat anything, right? That's
Yeah.
the race that they can eat anything like glass and
Right.
cactuses and all that stuff. Yeah, see, the Orville was more Star Trek than Star Trek, man.
See, growing up watching Star Trek and looking at it now,
Excuse me, man.
certain races, certain races to me, it doesn't work. I know there's probably gay Klingons. It's just there's gay in everything. But I think I picture them as being a society where they would shun them, lock them away, or something. Like Russia. They would be like, no, we can't be having this. So
Right,
when I
yeah, or
right,
they send them to Starfleet because they, even though they're kind of quasi allies, they're still enemies of the Federation. So,
right, and it's
and
not
but they
being
can't.
it's not
Here's
being it's not being anti-gay. It's the fact that Klingons
it's
have been
their culture, yeah.
yeah, they've led us to believe they're these warmongering people, and I don't see warmongering people being loving in any way. I'm surprised Klingons even
Right.
breed and get married in the first place.
You bring up a good point that I think it's kind of a missed opportunity because the Klingons were warriors and strong. Have you ever noticed that a lot of the representation of gay people these days, they're always kind of effeminate and sensitive and all that kind of stuff. They could have, well, I guess making an aggressive angry gay person probably isn't as palatable as the Klingon in a wedding dress, but you understand what I mean, like
Right.
a more masculine representation of a gay Klingon would have made more sense to me. Like I don't know. I don't
I
know much
just
about
if it
I
had
don't know
been
much about the geese.
if it had been a gay Starfleet officer or a gay, it's just there's something about Klingons that make me think they would like kill them or send them off somewhere, or like I just
Yeah, like they would have kind of like Predator Badlands, where Dak was the runt, and
right.
they basically said kill him off because he's not. It's almost the exact same thing, like the gay Klingon dude would have been the Dak of the Klingon world and would have had to prove himself.
Right. When
Have you
I
ever seen? Did they ever have Klingon women? I think I've seen a couple on some episodes, but
dude, the biggest there was a huge thing of female Klingons. They were two sisters. I just can't remember their name. They were on Voyager and Star Trek. Had a nice fucking set of tits,
oh
and
hey man,
yeah, they were sisters, and they were always starting trouble. They were on Deep Space Nine. Let me let me look it up. But yeah, there
yeah.
were.
See, I didn't do Deep Space Nine too much. I I did a couple episodes, and I don't think I've even seen one episode of Voyager. I know some people out there are going to be like, "What?" But no,
I
I was always Next Generation, and I have all the original Star Treks on DVD. So
I
I
can't show
know,
you the
I know.
I can't show you the picture because your phone's not set up right. But
Yeah, it's dark, but
one
you
of
can pull it up for the other viewers or whatever. But
they had, yeah. Let me do that. Let me do that because yeah. Let me do that real quick so
yeah,
people can call me a dog. Hold on.
or
Let me.
want some Klingon boobies up in your, hey, I'm in your face, man.
No, I'm gonna hold on a second now. Hold on. Hey,
I
where'd it
want
go?
I want to see some Klingon boobies.
I have to hold on. I gotta
Hey,
fucking.
we got 3 viewers, man. We
Yeah, I
got
know.
3 viewers on the. Oh, I should have combed my hair, huh?
There's a lot of things you should have done, but we'll let it go.
Yeah, I probably should have. Probably should have combed my hair a little bit, but
Hold on. I gotta
what
convert the
can you
picture.
do?
I gotta convert the picture real quick because it's all. It's
I'm
not the
trying to
right.
I'm trying to pull it up on my end over here.
Because
I'm,
I'm
I'm,
telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm a dog. You'll see. You'll see. Hold your horses. Well, you won't see because of the whole with the people at home. Well, there may be only 3 people watching, but someone will peruse it later on. And
yeah, somebody will watch the video and there we go. Klingon women. I see him. Ooh,
there we
it's not that bad looking. Oh my God. How to mate with a Klingon.
go. I'm getting ready to fucking. There they are. Now, you people at home,
Yeah,
look at
that's
it.
the picture I got right now, too.
Look at them fucking titties, dude. They're so perfect, and they're like, oh. Now, the other sister's not as pretty in the face. They both have a great rack. But the one here has a better looking face. If I was a human, I could see why you'd bang them. But they're so, even the women were mean and aggressive. I just can't picture gay Klingons. And it's not because I'm anti gay or anything. It's because I just
But
can't
yeah, it's
picture.
just not in their culture. Like I just don't it's not in their DNA. They all were mean and everything.
Right. So it's like, I don't want people. I mean, I don't care what people think. I'm an anarchist and everything, so I don't fucking care. But, I just don't think Klingons. I just think they'd cull them if they were a bunch of soft gay Klingons. I think they'd cull them. They'd put them out.
They would. I think they would nip it. They just wouldn't or it couldn't was it was Worf part human or
Yeah,
did they send him off?
no, Worf was pure Klingon, but he was adopted by humans.
Right, yeah, I knew there was a human deal in the story, but it
Yeah, and even his son was pure Klingon. The first
right,
half Klingon I remember would have been on Voyager. Would have been what's her face, Torres. I think
right.
she was the first one that was that.
Now,
That
what do you think about the Klingon interpretation that they did in the J.J. Abrams reboots?
I didn't like him in the reboots, and I didn't like the Klingons on Discovery. I'm okay with the original Klingons not having ridges and then them changing it later because it was
Yeah, because
humorous
they
when
made
Worf,
them
you
cooler.
know, right? Worf
Yeah,
was
they made them cooler because the original guys were just regular dudes in gold suits, and yeah, that wasn't very cool. Even though I
right.
really want to get my hands on there's an original figure. There's an original Klingon figure from, I believe, Miko or whatever it is. Mega.
MEGO, Migo, Migo. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Migo. They got the original figures from the original show, and they got a Klingon, and he's before the head ridges and all that. And I really want to get my hands on him, but
Well,
they're always too damn expensive.
this comment here, I don't get because I wasn't around back then. But Steve said he thinks he was married to a Klingon.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
yeah, I don't
yeah,
know her.
yeah.
Why, you know.
She was hiding her head ridges, but she definitely had some Klingon in her, man. We'll put it that way, man.
But
She definitely had some Klingon tendencies. She
but
clinged on like a dingleberry.
but it's just you know how it is. I say something about a gay character, and all of a sudden I must hate gay people. Just like if I
Yeah,
don't
see, that's the world we live in now, though. It's
if I don't like a certain rap song, I must be racist. Like what? I can't.
yeah, you can't have any opinions about the quality of anything because you're an absolutist. You know, everything these days has to be so absolute. Like, you know, you absolutely have to be for this or you're totally against that. Or if you're totally for this, you're totally against this. There's no middle ground, you know, just because we're saying we don't like a gay Klingon doesn't mean we're totally against gay people and want them to go off on some other planet or something. I'm in your face again.
well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have it out with I'm gonna oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna what's that? Holy shit, hold on. Hold
what's that?
on. I'm gonna save it and put it up here. It's from Steve. I think I'm in love. Not with Steve, but with what he sent me. But
Oh shit.
while it's upload, well, you probably seen it already. But I'm gonna I'm gonna say this. There's this politician that I've been seeing his post. You know, you do one thing on Facebook, you happen to like one post, just one,
One, just one.
and then you get flooded with everything, right?
Right.
There's this guy running for office for here, some farmer here in the GOP running for governor of Wisconsin,
All right.
and I keep posting. He keeps posting all this stuff. How he wants to get rid of property tax. He wants to get rid of sales tax. He wants not sales tax. He wants to get rid of income tax. He wants to do this. Wants to do that. And I'm like, well, what are your thoughts on guns? Doesn't answer me. Doesn't answer me. Well, I'm not voting for you. Just on the simple fact you can't talk to me about guns because that's the one thing they all hide. That and abortion, they all hide from that shit.
Right.
Like, just be a man. If you fucking are against abortion, say it. If you're for abortion, say it. Be a goddamn man. If you think everybody should own a gun, then be a fucking man and just say it. If it doesn't get you elected, so be it. At least you stand for something.
Yeah, at least you're principled about something, but
Right.
yeah,
No
the
one.
gun thing, and that's a weird subject for people these days because they don't want to alienate people, you know. But
I'm for guns.
I think the gun rights are just fine the way they are.
So
There
here it
needs
is.
to be some control, I guess, but there's already a lot of laws in place for if you have mental issues or something, you know.
Right. But look at Virginia. Virginia changed the gun laws. You can't have like my gun is
Right?
15 rounds. If I lived in Virginia, I'd be a felon when this passes. And they're not
Right.
grandfathering you. I'd have to get rid of my clips. That's what I'm saying. That's bullshit. That's
Now,
fucking
are they doing that? Are they classifying clips as magazines now?
is yeah. They're saying they're Virginia is saying that there was something about their AKs and whatnot. It can't have rifles can't have a removable clip. So it's like I don't it's just it's stupid. It's stupid. I'm not fully
Yeah, that
knowledgeable
seems
on
kind of
everything,
ridiculous to me. You
but
know that
I've seen enough shootouts, legit shootouts, where 8 rounds, 5 rounds, they ain't enough. You know, you need to
Right, right.
sometimes you need to put 10 in somebody. And the fact that they
Especially like if you're hunting, you don't just want to be out there deer hunting, like I mean a single shot, yeah, plenty of people hunt with that, but if you could have a mag, well, with a semi-auto, so you could at least try to get 2 shots off, without I don't know.
look,
I don't
somebody
know enough about guns to really.
okay, here's the thing. Somebody like Travis or Cody who've been hunting all their lives, probably 1 round's all they need. I
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not I have bad eyes. Usually, okay, when you go hunting anyway, let's be honest here. If you miss, you're not getting a second chance because they're going to be
yeah,
gone.
because it's going to take off. So,
Right. So
so yeah,
I
so I guess having a mag really wouldn't
just,
make too much difference. I guess.
but see, I'm against all. I'm against all. If you want to change the gun laws, then you got to do it the right way, and you got to do what you got to have an amendment to the Constitution. And they don't want to do, and they can't do that because they know it'll never pass. There's no way with all the southern
Right.
states. There's no way. So if you want to change the Constitution, then do it the right way and make it and do the amendment. Otherwise, quit making rules and laws against guns. Are bad things going on in the world in our country with guns? Yes, yes, they are. But there's bad things with drugs, and drugs have been illegal longer than I've been alive, and people still fucking do drugs. So what difference? So why are you going to make me a criminal and take away my fucking right to defend myself and defend my family? Because you fucking can't figure a way to make it so criminals don't get guns. That's not my
Right.
fucking. It's not my fucking problem, and the government needs to fuck off with that shit and stay away from the guns. I don't care
Yeah,
that
I mean the
I
criminals are
don't
going to get guns regardless.
right. That's what I'm saying. If
Now,
you really want to kill somebody and you're not supposed to have a gun, you're going to find a way to get the gun anyway. So why am I, a law-abiding citizen who has a right to own a gun, why do you want to make it harder for me to have one? Why do you want to make it harder for me to protect my family? Why?
well, I do think there has to be definite laws against people with mental health issues. But that's already on the books though. Like if you've been admitted to a mental institution, you can't get a gun. You have to disclose it when you apply. There needs to be I think there needs to be more in-depth background checks, possibly.
On the form that you need to fill
Yeah.
out to get a gun, it doesn't say anything about that. The only mental health it asks you is if a judge has claimed you, if a court has said you are mentally ill, you can't have a gun. If you have a bad day
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
and
Because
you
I was
go,
going to say, my ex-wife bought a gun in 2017, and I filled out the forms with her in the shop, like looking them over and stuff, and I do believe I'm like there was a requirement in there that says if you had any mental health issues or whatever, but I think it is worded the way you said it that have you ever been
if a judge,
committed?
yeah, if a judge does it, you can't get a gun. You
Yeah,
also can't get a gun if you've ever had a restraining order against you. You
right.
can't
Yeah, which makes total sense.
but
Now,
see,
how does that work at like gun shows and stuff? You
here's
know,
my problem with that. I understand they want to protect people, but if somebody was a dumb kid and they were 18 or 19 and did something stupid, when they're 30 years old, they might have changed. They might not be the same. But
oh
because they
yeah,
have restraining
I
orders
can
on
see
file,
that for sure.
which is why I'm against red flag laws the way because some people can use that to get you in trouble. And it's so hard when your shit's taken on a red flag law to get the courts to give you your guns back. I'm not
Yeah, you
saying
really got to go through some shit to get it back. So
I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some kind of safeguard in place, but we don't know what it is yet. So until then, quit trying to take. I'm totally. I'm just against it, and nobody can change my mind. They can call me, "Oh, you like dead kids." I don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings when people say it to me because, yes, of course, I don't want to see dead kids,
None of
but
us do. I hate it when they use that argument. That's another absolutist thing, you know. If you're for guns rights, you must be for dead kids and all that kind of stuff. I
right,
just
piss
can't
me off.
stand we can be totally for gun rights and totally against kids getting shot. I mean,
Right,
there's
I am.
no, it's, nobody wants to see that shit. But I
I'm
think
against.
there needs to be more focus on mental health.
I'm
And
against anybody getting shot. I don't want to see anybody get shot.
right. And I really think that they're kind of getting better about it these days, but they need to quit flashing. You ever notice with these school shootings and stuff, the focus is always on the shooter. They get like famous overnight. You never hear about, well, I guess you do sometimes, like the victims and how tragic it was. It's always the shooter. And I
Well, it
think a lot of people with mental health issues see that as a way to get attention and get a cry for help. And
let's
we just
let's
need
let's
a better way to deal with mental health in this country.
well, let's be honest for a second here. The media will only talk about the shooter if they're white and mentally ill, white or mentally ill. Because the moment a shooter goes into a school or something and they're a trans in a dress, the media doesn't want to cover it.
Yeah,
Like
look at how
the thing
fast they buried that Canada shooting.
or the guy in Rhode Island that killed his family in the bowling alley.
Yeah, that in the hockey rink. Wasn't it a hockey rink?
Yeah, it was at a hockey game.
Yeah, like both of those stories got buried fast. But they were really trying to peg that guy in Rhode Island as a right wing Nazi. He did have some Nazi tattoos, but I think the dude was just messed up.
Right.
I
It
think,
was
I
he
think,
was he had a mental illness. There was something wrong with him. But if he had
yeah.
just been a regular white dude, it would have been all over the news for day
Oh,
after day
for
after
months,
day. But
for months, they would have been
because
crying for gun reform and right wing extremism and blah 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 blah. And but
right.
yeah, that kind of scenario, it's kind of buried pretty fast.
So
Yeah,
here
that dude in Rhode Island, man. I think he was the kind of dude that did a lot of stuff for attention and to purposely try to piss people off and get a reaction.
but
Like the Nazi tattoos and
what kind of a piece of shit scumbag do you got to be to kill your own fucking kids?
yeah, to kill your own family. And I guess it was all because one of the kids was embarrassed to have him there or something, or at some graduation or something. I don't know the whole story, but the guy seemed like a real piece of shit.
Right. I embarrass my family all the time. None of them have tried to kill me. I mean, like, dude, like, God.
I don't have a family, man. I got my mom and dad. That's it.
Speaking of family, I got a little brokenhearted today. My daughter went to my grandson's up here at the school. Went to his parent teacher conference, and he's going to. They said that he isn't. Next year he's got to leave.
Oh
They didn't
no.
they didn't say it that way. They say he's not ready for kindergarten yet, but he'll be too big physically to be in PJ4 again next year, P4J again next year, and
Right.
he gets very aggressive, and he's very strong for his age. So they can't have him there for the safety of the other kids. So he's going to have to go to a special school for autism. So it broke my heart a little bit, but I've been saying this since he went. I could tell he wasn't, but he finally they're giving him his first rounds of medication, so I'm a little sad. But
Right.
I told my daughter, I said, "Look, we'll try this. I'm not against medication because I know it keeps some people alive, but I get
Right?
nervous. I get nervous when you give somebody who's growing up medication, like you, me. We're on meds. We're diabetic. We're on medication, but we're
Yeah,
growing up.
yeah. We're fine. We're already grown and developed.
So I
Yeah.
don't know what, but like my grandson, you can tell it takes him a little while, but you can tell him, say, give me a hug, and he'll come hug me and give me a kiss. He's a sweet boy. He just gets really aggressive and violent. If this medication changes him and turns him into a zombie kid, I told her he can't take him. I know it's not my kid, but I don't want him, I don't want his personality altered that severe to where he's a
Right.
zombie, you know.
So hopefully they can just get him kind of just mellowed out, you know?
I'm hoping. I mean, the other day I was joking about him getting some gummies. Ah, but
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, I tried some more of those damn pretzels again. Jesus Christ. I only had 5 of them. I had 5 of them, and they got this new technology where it hits you faster. It's nanotechnology for edibles or whatever. Jeez, man, I kind of forgot I ate them. And I'm sitting over here thinking I'm having a stroke or something, man. I'm like,
he-
oh my God, what the hell is wrong with me, man?
well, here's the
I,
picture that was sent to me from Steve. I hope it's not AI because I got to try these, but they're Pop Tart ice cream,
oh my Lord.
brown sugar and cinnamon,
Okay.
straw- strawberry,
Nice.
chocolatey chip Eggo ice cream, and buttery
Okay.
maple Eggo ice cream. If those are real, I'm down to try them, but I hope it's real.
Yeah, I like me some brown sugar Pop Tarts. I don't know if I'd like the ice cream so much, but I think I'd give it a try. The chocolate chip Eggos don't sound too bad with little waffle pieces in there. The maple one, I don't know if I'd like that in my ice cream, but I certainly would give it a shot. You
So
know, I,
I also got sent the 2026 nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from Steve. He-
yeah, dude, I don't know what to think because if I got some real problems.
okay, so
Let's
I'm gonna read it off for our viewers, for the viewers
all
that don't know. Here is going to be the
right.
nominees. Tell Alexa to hush up.
Yeah, she just busted out of nowhere. I didn't even say her name, man.
Alexa, be quiet.
The classic uninvited entrance. Sounds like someone made quite the dramatic appearance. What's the story there?
You see this? You see
Yeah,
this?
she's trying to get on the show.
Yeah, I
Amazon will
got the
shut us
new
down.
one.
We'll
I
get
got the
copyright
new one
strikes.
with the enhanced AI,
Yeah,
and
they'll copyright
it's
strike
quite
me.
frightening.
Yeah, they're going to copyright strike me when they hear her voice. So
Right.
anyway, here's the 2026 nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You have the Black Crowes, Jeff
Fair.
Jeff Buckley,
Okay.
Mariah Carey,
No.
Phil Collins,
Yes.
Melissa Etheridge,
Uh,
Lauren, Lauren Hill,
no.
Billy Idol,
No. Yes.
INXS,
Yes.
Iron Maiden,
Of course. My main one.
Joy Division / New Order,
Yes.
New Edition,
No.
Oasis,
No.
Pink,
No.
Sade, Shakira,
No.
Luther Vandross,
Yes.
and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes. But you know, I skipped Sade because she deserves it. But we're talking this is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You
All right,
telling me like fucking Pink is gonna get in before fucking Motorhead?
tell us
You
how
know,
you feel, Gene. Tell us how you feel, Gene.
and okay, here's the deal, man. This is the one time that you are gonna hear me say something this audacious.
Uh-oh.
The Smiths aren't in there before Pink and Mariah Carey and Lauryn Hill. I would take the Smiths over those guys any day of the week. We're talking Motorhead isn't in there. Meatloaf isn't in there. Boston, fucking Boston, had the greatest debut album of all time. Literally every song on that record was a fucking hit. Not in there, man. Fuck the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Jane's Addiction. Lauryn Hill is going to get in there before Jane's Addiction. Fuck off. I think Soundgarden got in there last year, right? Or did they get snubbed?
I think they did. I'm not sure. I don't pay attention to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because it's stupid.
Yeah, I've been there. It's actually quite a nice museum.
There's so
But-
many there's so many stars that aren't in there yet that should be in there. For like you
Right.
said, Lemmy and Motorhead should be in there. They should have been put in there in the fucking 90s. And
Right
so
in the 90s, man. We're talking this is Lemmy.
I don't pay attention to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But
Yeah, I lost it. When I went, God, I think I went with my pops around 2003. I think I went with my pops. And then it was still pretty cool. Like they had just inducted John Lennon's solo, and they had this big display of John Lennon stuff, and it was really fucking cool. And the museum was really something to behold. Seeing all the outfits up close, and famous drum kits so close you could almost touch it. It's awesome, but it's become a symbol for the elite club. Like, yeah, well, Motley Crue, because they were heathens, don't deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and groups like Iron Maiden, have been around for 50 years before they double, but they'll put in the fucking Foo Fighters. Not saying anything against the Foo Fighters, they're just fine. But you're going to tell me Dave Grohl and the fucking Foo Fighters are going to get in there before Lemmy? Fuck off. Fuck all the way off.
well,
Which I'm happy to announce, just to throw this in there, I just bought Live at Hammersmith by Motorhead, so
there you
I'm
go.
pretty excited about that one.
Well, just to let you know that you were on Spotlight. This whole rant, it was just you. You couldn't see me at all.
Why is that?
Because I wanted it to be easy for Michael J to snip it so he can make a clip of it. Because I've got to have for the rest of my life a video of you giving praise to the Smiths.
Oh no. That was supposed to be buried for all time.
No, Michael J has to go and edit that out and save it. Maybe even make a fucking short or something of it, because
Murray caves in and is really a Smiths fan.
That's right.
No.
That's right. You're never going to get away from that. You are.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to use it against you. Remember that time?
It's nuts though, dude. I'm always on online auctions for my records and stuff, right? You know how I am about that.
Right.
Those Smith records, people go absolutely batshit for those Smith records, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's people, they get bid up. They always go for expensive. People are always asking about them because I got to hold back. Whenever anybody asks if they got any Smiths albums available, I always want to go, gay. But I hold back. I don't do it. But yeah, well, I guess you got me there. That I gave. Oh, what is that guy's name? Johnny Mars and Morrissey and the rest of them clowns.
I cannot stand. There's only one Smith song that I like, and it's only because I heard it constantly, and that was the theme song from Charmed.
I don't even know if I know what that one is.
The original, if you go on a streaming service now, it's been replaced. They have a different theme song for Charmed on the streaming, but I own them on DVD. The opening theme, so I can't play it here for you because Mike Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like for me to play copyright stuff, so I can't. Or not
Right.
him. I want
He's going to get you, man. He's going to
yeah,
get you.
right. So I'm not going to play it, but when you're sitting around one day, just go theme Charmed theme.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll look it up because there is one Smith song that I do like, and it's like "Here is now" or something like "Here is no now" or something. I'm not sure the name of the song, but it's their most famous song. But some of those Smith songs, I just want to grab Morrissey and slap the dog shit out of him, man. You know how I feel about Morrissey, man.
All right, or maybe it wasn't the Smiths. Hold on, let's see.
Makeup is a lie.
Yeah, how soon is
I was
now?
just gonna grab my phone and try to see if I could find it, but my shit's on the tripod, so
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
oh makeup.
I don't know if I don't even know if you can hear this. Could you even hear that?
Nah, just it sounded kind of staticky.
Okay, it's this name of the song is "How Soon Is Now" by the Smiths.
That's the song.
Yeah,
How soon is now? Yeah,
right.
that's
That's the only song I like because of I like Charmed. And when you watch 24 episodes a season for 8 fucking years, 9 years, the song grows on you. So I like that song from Charmed. That's the only Smith song I like. The rest of them, no. But do I believe the Smiths belong in the Hall of Fame? No, I do not.
I can agree with that. I don't think they
Oh,
belong either, but
no,
I would say the Smiths
nope.
should
That's
be
not
in
what
there before a Lauryn Hill.
then that means you think they belong in there. See? You said it again. I got you on tape doing it again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't get out of it. I guess I can't. I guess I can't get away from that, you know.
No, and
But
I'm gonna make sure everybody knows when Bert
and
comes
dude, I
back.
don't have anything against Pink. You know,
When
I think Pink is fine. I think she's great, but I don't think she deserves to get in there before Iron Maiden. And the only reason why they're throwing Iron Maiden is so many people bitched. Like we're talking one of the biggest heavy metal bands ever. And why
next,
can't they give Megadeth any love? Put Dave in there.
I'm gonna
You
have a
know,
sign. I'm gonna have a sign made for my front yard that says the guy next door to me thinks the Smiths belong in the Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna
I'll,
put it
I'll,
on my lawn.
I'll
And then
have a sign that says Morrissey rides the cock horse over here, man.
does it mean? But he may ride the horse cock, but you still think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
I do not, man. I do not. I said before Lauryn Hill. Morrissey rides the cock horse, dude.
Why is Lauryn Hill? Who is that? That's not the chick from.
She's the lead singer of the Fugees.
Why isn't
The
the Fugees
Fugees.
going in? Why aren't they going
I
in?
believe the Fugees are already in there. But as far as I know, Lauryn Hill only had one album. Like she might have had a second one, but I think she had one album. It was pretty big. I don't remember a single song that was on it. Then she had a bunch of kids, came back and started touring, but she would always show up late and then bitch at the crowd because she was late. I don't think she deserves it, man. Now, I might get some hate for that, but I just don't think she's worthy. Well,
You're gonna
there
get the
you
hate.
go. Here we're saying that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a joke. It's a pile of shit. But then we're talking about people not being worthy to be in there.
No,
If it's a joke, piece of shit, it doesn't even matter.
the Fugees are not. The Fugees are not in the Hall of Fame,
Well,
but
the Fugees should be in there
before
before
she,
Lauryn Hill.
because that's what. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
You know, I saw the Fugees. I saw the Fugees. I've always called them the Fugees. I saw them live in concert, man.
Were they any good?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if I go out on a limb and say I was lying, it'd be one thing. Talk about a show I felt completely out of place at. Jesus H. Christ, man. It was a Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, Ziggy Marley, and the Fugees.
I like Ziggy Marley.
Yeah. Mm. Ziggy put on a good show. Ziggy did a
Okay,
good job.
they did "Killing Me Softly" with his song and "Ready or Not." Okay, now I couldn't remember who they were. Now I remember who they are.
Ready or not, here I come. I'm gonna find you. That was a
Yeah,
good song.
I remember him.
Yeah. And then Wyclef, he did a bunch of stuff. And the other guy, the other Fuji, he just got busted. He just got sentenced to like 25 years in prison.
Oh, that's why they're not in the Hall of Fame and never will be. They won't put him
Yeah,
in the Hall of
probably because
Fame.
he got busted for something pretty hardcore, man. But it's kind of like the Black Eyed Peas. They don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. The Black Eyed Peas got in there before Motorhead or something. I'd probably lose my shit. I got so mad when Jane's Addiction didn't get voted in. 'Cause I think Jane's Addiction had such an impact on my life anyway, and just music. I think they are the epitome of rock and roll Hall of Fame act. But
So then you agree with Public Enemy being in the Hall of Fame?
yes,
Now
I
here's
do because I think
well,
groups like Public Enemy and definitely Wu Tang represent the spirit of rock and roll for black people. You know what I'm saying? I know it's rap and it's something different, but dude, you know me. I'm down with the metal. I'm down with everything pretty much. But I'll bust out some Wu Tang at the drop of a hat because
I
Wu
just
Tang ain't nothing to fuck with.
I just think it should be changed. It should be all inclusive, and they should just call it the Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Music Hall of Fame.
And then we can
Because
start putting
calling it the
pictures.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just is not the same, you know?
Right. I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with anybody being in it. Like Aretha Franklin. I don't have a problem with that because I don't I my only problem is if you're going to call something something, then make it just that. I don't want to
Yeah,
go
make it just be, or have a private building for the Rap Hall of Fame. And
ain't
because
nothing
just
more
being the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's too many chances for people to get snubbed. You know,
ain't nothing
I even respect Mariah Carey. You know, she has tons of friggin' hits, but is she more rock and roll than Lemmy? No, man, come on.
nothing disturbs me more than opening a menu at Red Lobster and seeing a hamburger on there. Well, that's how I feel about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's a good
You
way to
want
put it, man.
you
It's a
want to
good way
put
to put it.
you want to put rap stars and pop singers in there? I'm cool with that, but change the fucking name
Yeah,
because
just
you're leaving.
the
I
Music Hall of Fame, man.
right. I don't want to. I don't want to see a boxer in the NFL Hall of Fame. I want to unless it's going to be just called the Sports Hall of Fame. But I'm
Right.
not against. I'm not. I love music. I think it should be celebrated. I don't listen to gospel music or R&B, but
Nah.
I don't have anything
Well,
against it.
I'll bust out some R&B. I got plenty of R&B in my collection. A lot of it I did get from Steve, or I got gifted. A lot of people, I've never really went and bought an R&B record, but I can certainly appreciate them. The only gospel I got in my collection, of course Elvi. You know, Elvis is the only gospel I got, so I agree there for sure. But I don't
See,
want to see any gospel people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
for some reason, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but I can't when I see you and I picture you, I can't picture you really digging R&B, but like you bring up Steve. I picture Steve putting a, having the ladies come over and putting
Yep.
a scarf over the lamp and putting on some Barry White. I really I pick, because I know he sings, because he's got the crooner thing, with he's good
Right.
with so him I can picture listening to R&B because it's just
Yeah,
so
you bust out some R&B. I
but
do
I don't.
think I have more R&B in my collection than he does. I got some Vandross, some Barry White. Now I don't know if Isaac Hayes. What was that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
No, you got a ghost.
Wow, dude, I got chills because that was weird, dude. Something came through the phone. I heard it and I didn't. It sounded like a whole nother voice. I thought Steve was chiming in or something. But no, I just got done petting Bubba's butt though, so maybe she made some noise that was picked up, and I don't know.
She grunted and
Yeah, she's kind of making some noises. I don't think the vape is doing her any justice, so I gotta stop.
I
Half
just
the
I
reason why
just
I don't smoke in the house is because of Bubba.
I just here I like music. Like I was just like I don't care. I'll say it. I was listening to Royals by Lords a minute ago, and I was like, "Damn, this song's pretty good."
Oh
I
yeah,
just,
yeah, dude. I like that song quite a bit.
I
I
just
like
love
Weird
music,
Al's. I like Weird Al's version better, though. To be honest,
but we don't have. But that's what I'm saying. I don't look like I listen to country music, but I love country music, man. We're all,
well, I like old country music.
That's what I'm saying.
I
You don't look like a R&B smooth listening.
Yeah, I'm not a connoisseur or anything. I do have stuff like the Pointer Sisters and Patti LaBelle, but that's all stuff I got from Steve Zabel. So it's so I got a lot of that in the collection, and I listen to it once and then go on to something else. But it's definitely not my go-to.
Well, I
Now,
don't have a
some
problem.
classic country, I'll bust that shit out all day.
Well, see, I don't have a problem with like Patti LaBelle and stuff. When I talk about R&B that I don't listen to, I don't listen to like Jodeci and shit like that.
Right, and New Edition and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't do
Yeah,
that.
New Edition, man. I'm not for them being in the hall. I don't think they have anything to do with rock and roll. And I think they probably wanted to do New Edition. No, it's not Whitney, it's Mariah. Never mind, I'm talking out my ass. But I figured they wanted to do Bobby Brown, then give a tribute to Whitney or whatever, but because Bobby Brown was in the New Edition, right? Mr.
Yes,
Telephone Man. Yeah.
Bobby Brown and Belle Biv DeVoe, they were all part of New Edition.
Yeah. I like your big butt and your smile. That girl is poison.
My wife calls them Belle Biv and Dopey. She can't stand Belle Biv DeVoe.
Bell Biv
And
the dope.
Color Me Bad, who did that I'm gonna
Oh
sex.
yeah.
I
I
can't
used
stand
to joke. I used to joke that Color Me Bad was every version of George Michael. Even the black one was George Michael. Like
I don't like R&B, but I love rap music, man. I love rap music.
yeah, dude. I love rap music a lot more than I thought.
I
Because
think
I
I like
got I got Wu Tang. I got a couple of Public Enemies. I got Lil Wayne.
I think
Those rap albums are fucking expensive, though, dude.
I think
Like,
I think the reason I like rap so much is because it's more aggressive. Not the new rap, but 80s, 90s, early
yeah,
2000s.
80s, 90s rap.
It's more aggressive.
We know what you mean.
Right. It's
Even
more
into the
aggressive than
2000s.
right. It's more aggressive than R&B. So I trend to
Right.
it. If I would actually say rap music is like the hard rock of R&B. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Now,
Right.
I'll tell you, I would kill to have a copy of Life After Death by Biggie on vinyl. That, man, I got so many good times to that album. It's ridiculous. It's all because of Harvey. And we went and we had to go to Rockford because Harvey had to buy it the day it came out. He was all freaking out about it. And I gave him some shit. And we listened to that album nonstop for an entire summer, man. We used to go on stone cruises. And you can imagine what that entails. But we would go cruise around listening to Biggie going to all the weird little parks all over southern Wisconsin. And I would love to have that on vinyl.
Maybe you can find it one day.
Oh God, it's been super expensive. It's
No,
been ridiculous. And
no.
I got my finger on the pulse. I know most of the stuff I want, and I'm down to that point where everything I want is out of my price range.
Okay,
You know, like
let me ask you this: since you're all hip to the music industry or the
yeah,
record scene, like okay, here's an example: like video games. Video
yeah.
games are expensive, and then when they re-release it or remaster it, it kills the price. If they re-released an album on vinyl now, would it reduce the price of the original?
No, no, not at all. And
Okay,
actually, from what I've seen, is when an album gets reissued, the OG price goes up because everybody
okay.
still wants that OG copy. But more people are going to buy the reissue. You know what I'm saying? If they have that option to buy the reissue for 20, 25 bucks,
They're gonna go that route.
yeah, they're usually not going to spend the 45 to 100 bucks.
That's
But
me.
now,
I'm a cheap prick. I would definitely buy the reprint.
but what sucks though is there's so many albums that they just won't reissue. Like you take something like Countdown for Extinction by Megadeth. You would think that being their biggest album, that would have multiple reissues and they'd be selling it like crazy. And all their albums all have reissues. Countdown to Extinction, they did one reissue in 2014. It sold out right away. And they now you can only get Countdown on picture disc, which if you're in the vinyl game, you know that picture discs fucking suck. I hate them.
They don't sound very good.
They don't sound very good. You don't get the album jacket. In most cases, you don't get the album jacket. You just get a plastic sleeve. And I don't want Countdown like that. I want the regular vinyl. And I shit you not, Grandpa. They want $300 for
Man,
Countdown to Extinction. And they want $100 for the ones that came out in 2014. I tried to get a bootleg of it the other day. The guy put it up for auction. It went for $75 for a fucking bootleg. And I just don't understand why they don't reissue some of these albums. Like Faster Pussycat and Dangerous Toys and a lot of the weird 80s stuff that we liked. That shit, you can only get the old 80s pressings and they're ridiculous. It's just ridiculous pricing. Cinderella, I have never seen a copy of Night Songs go for under $30 in any kind of situation. And it just pisses me off. Breaks my heart.
yeah,
Did
I
you?
don't. But I was just curious because, like, I have video games that are worth a lot of money, and
Yeah, me too.
if they ever reissued it, like my Godzilla on the PS4. Some people have sold it for $700. If
Yeah, dude, I've seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
right, if they
I've
ever
seen videos about that.
right, if they ever re-release it, it would make the price go down because people won't care about the original because it's a video game.
Yeah. Video. I think that's a different thing because your play experience is going to be the same if it was reissued. So
Right.
yeah, that would definitely take the price down. Like vinyl is a different story because if you okay, I'll give you a prime example. I'm busting through your father-in-law's stuff. I'm really enjoying it, man. But you get a blues record, a British blues record compilation that came out in 1969 or 1970. And that will be recorded way louder, way clearer, way warmer than like the Danzig reissue that we got.
Right.
180 gram reissues in the modern day, unless they're half speed masters, don't sound as good as the old school shit. So yeah, video games, you're going to get the same play out of a video game, if it was reissued or not. But yeah, the OGs are where it's at. Like I'll tell you, a 1988 version of Danzig is going to sound way better than the reissues. As far as volume and clarity and warmth. But then again, I've seen some albums like that new Megadeth record that sounds so fucking good. It's the best sounding modern day pressing that I've ever heard. I was really impressed. Very loud, not compressed. And by compressed, I mean like, how I want to say Death Magnetic, but Death Magnetic was redlined. They did something called brick walling with that, where everything was mixed so loud that it would clip your stereo when you heard it, because the levels were just too damn loud when they recorded it because they wanted to get the maximum volume out of it. So they had to kind of compress the sound so it wouldn't clip your speakers. And it just came out as a weird produced album, man,
Okay.
I'm rambling. Well, you had me single there for a minute.
Yeah, because you were, so you can see the picture then.
I could see it over, but it's grayed out. It's grayed out. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see that comments come up, but I can't see what they are because I have my lobby up and the main thing. So next time we go live, I'm gonna stretch it out and just have the stage playing instead of the lobby and the stage.
Well, I'm gonna see if you can. I got these here. Hold on now. And I want to see if you can see them because they're fucking hilarious. I don't want to tell you what they are, but if you can see these, hold on a second. There you go. I'm gonna upload them. But no, I don't know much about vinyls per se, like as much detail as you know. I know quite a bit about vinyls, like playing them, and but I don't know the values and I don't know the recording process.
Yeah,
so
that's half the fun for me is.
That's why I singled you out because it was I wanted people to focus on you and not my dumbass because you were talking about interesting shit.
Talking about depressants, getting depressing.
You're right.
I got something on my goddamn glasses. I don't wear glasses too much anymore. But that's one thing I hated about having to wear them all the time is getting stuff on them. It sucked. Do we still got any listeners out there?
Yeah, we got 3. Keeps going 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. But there you go.
Yeah. Millie Vanilli. Yeah.
But here's the best one.
What is that? Is that the Smiths?
Yeah, Murr sings with the Smiths.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna frame. I'm gonna print this one and put it on a frame and hang it on. I'm gonna put it on a frame. I'm gonna hang it on.
I'll have to put it up, man.
I'm gonna hang it on my wall.
Put it up. It'll probably go in my bathroom to help me take a shit. Fucking look at those clowns, man. Gonna
that one
slap the dog shit out that guy, man.
that one is just
Morrissey.
that one's just priceless.
Makeup is a lie.
I
Did you
haven't
hear
even
that new song?
nope, nope. I don't like the Smiths. I have no reason to play it. I don't
Well,
know
no,
why
it's just
I don't know why
it,
you
it
listen to it.
because it popped up on my feed and started playing, and I couldn't believe it was a real song. Like I'm like, this can't be real. This has got to be a parody or something. This is terrible. Makeup is a lie.
Well, it
Makeup.
popped up.
Oh, makeup.
Well,
Makeup
see,
is a lie.
it popped up on my feed too, but I was man enough not to listen to it, Murr.
You know, sometimes you do stuff because you hate it and you love to hate it. Okay. Maybe I love to hate Morrissey.
You just felt like punishing yourself for something, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe the guy just pisses me off so much that I just want something to bitch about. So I bitch about Morrissey, man. Makeup is a lie.
Is
Oh, makeup.
what
Sorry, I
is
got that in my head.
what is he singing about? I mean, I know I don't have to ask if it's that awful because I know it is, but I
All
wonder
I
where.
know, the lyrics to the song is makeup is a lie. That's the whole song. He's
Like
singing about makeup being a lie.
I don't get why he what he was
I think there's other lyrics to the song, but I didn't listen to the whole thing. So I only tortured myself for a short time. And
it's like whose dick was he sucking when he wrote that song?
oh, makeup on your dick is a lie. It's like you'd have to hear it.
Does he
So
really
anybody listening,
does he
you
really
know,
sound
maybe
like a lounge singer in it, or are you just making fun of him?
no, that's exactly how he sounds. That's the song. That's exactly. In fact, my imitation is pretty much spot on. So if you listen to the song or look it up, you're going to be like, "Oh man, Murr was right." That's this. There's no way this song can be real.
It's I'm never gonna I'm never gonna play it now. I can't. I can't. I don't like them. I can't do it. You have my curiosity spiked, but you're not gonna win. I'm not gonna do it.
Sun Kids Orange. I'm
Sun
happy,
kissed.
man.
So now that we got all that bullshit out of the way, let's talk about the main subject at hand, which I advertised for.
Yeah, aliens. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So
Hell,
so before we
we're almost at the 2 hour mark.
right. So before we won't bring up how we got to this subject. Let's just talk about it flat and open. I'm going to ask before we go any further into the subject. In all honesty, do you believe? Okay, I ask it two parts. I'll give you two options here. Answer them both. But do you believe, as huge as this universe is, not just our galaxy, but the entire universe? My first question is: do you believe there is life out there? And
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like amoebas or anything or trees. I'm talking about humanoids like us. Do you believe that there's humanoids like us somewhere out there in the vast universe?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Okay.
even if the Earth is flat and we're under a dome, and there's endless expanse beyond our dome, so man, sometimes, Grandpa, I think that we're a meat farm. Sometimes I think we're an actual farm for something else to feed on our dead bodies. I don't know.
So
Like
now
I
that
just
now that we've established that you're insane and
well,
that you
I just
believe
try to look at things. I try to look at things from every possible angle. Like if we are on a spinning globe out in the middle of nowhere with an endless possibility of galaxies, of course, the possibilities are endless. Even if we're the spring of creation, I think something else evolved out there. Maybe we're the most advanced species and something hasn't reached us yet. Or maybe we're still a new species and something's been creeping on us.
now
Like the ancient alien kind of stuff, you know.
Well, that was
But
my second. That was my second question. If you believe there's life out there, do you believe they've ever been here, or do you believe that's all a bunch of crap?
I believe they've been watching us for a while. The ancient alien theory, I only partially believe in that. Um, I was all gung ho about it when it first came out and was like, yeah, that's the answer. But then I started thinking, okay, the ancients, they didn't have TV, they didn't have the internet. They, you had a one guy, his name was like Joe Blow, the rock shaper. And his whole job, his whole life was to go carve rocks. So a statue, this couldn't have been done by human hands. Nah, bullshit. When a guy's job was to wake up, go hunt for something to eat, and then shape a rock all day, it might take him 20 years, but he's going to be able to. And like some of those structures, the megalithic structures, I think there's a lot of stuff that can be done with uh, fulcrums and pulley systems and human ingenuity that could enable us to move those stones. Now the pyramids, I'm still completely baffled by that whole thing. So the pyramids make me believe that there was ancient aliens because those things were cropping up all over the world and were markers and they're on ley lines and there's geometric codes that are built into them. I think it's way too advanced for anything we had back then. So
Well,
I
I'm gonna
think,
put it. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna put it out there, and because it's forever, like you thinking the Smiths should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right, right.
I will go out and say I totally believe 100% in the ancient astronaut theory. I'm one of those
Okay.
morons who believes it, and the more I see society, I believe it even more because we have turned out to be the dumbest fucking people in the universe. There's no way we built those pyramids and we built all those structures. No way. Somebody did it because
Well, some of them still baffle me the way they were cut and how they lifted some, but other structures that ancient aliens claim, it's like, okay, like people in the modern day have done this, like with the coral castles. I don't know if you know what that is. But yeah, some of the stuff can't be explained.
I mean
And
you
like,
go to
stuff like Easter Island, were they just weird ass people or, like how did that come about?
I
But
I I believe the ancient astronaut theory, and another thing that leads me to believe that is I believe the evidence that I've been shown, and I also believe there have been way too many. There's way too many ancient gods and stuff for it to be.
oh yeah, like how everything ties together. But a lot of that flows back to Egypt and the original stories that were told in Egypt. So yeah, like I said, I do believe in quite a lot of the ancient astronaut theory, but not all of it. Uh, but yeah, I mean, maybe I believe in the Anunnaki. I'll put it that way for sure. I believe in, the whole Sumerian lore that we were created as a slave race and all that kind of stuff. And
I mean, all every dog I've ever heard, different pitches and stuff, but most dogs bark the same. Most birds sound the same. Most
right,
snakes sound the same. How come we have so many different languages? Like
yeah,
if we truly if what everything Buddy says about evolution is that everything started in Africa and spread its way out.
I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but I don't necessarily believe in evolution. I have my reasons. I don't know if I want to put them out online to get people talking, but I am way more intelligent design and
But
I
who
guess
designed
you would call
us?
it. I guess you would call it creationism, but
But who designed us? Buddha, Muhammad, fucking.
I think the Anunnaki did. To be honest, like and that I guess that ties directly in with ancient aliens. I believe that this land was discovered and they needed somebody to till the fields and take care of the animals. I mean, we could have started as a zoo, like because look at how many different like millions of species there are on this planet. We could be some nature preserve for other races, and they needed humans to tend the land and build it up and create things and whatnot. And I think their creation got out of hand. You know, they engineered us, and we rose up and kind of forced them out of here or something.
I
I
mean,
don't know. It's
I mean, look at
very
humanity.
complicated.
Look at humanity. One group of people eat a bunch of Tide Pods, and then you got a whole country eating Tide Pods or eating
Well,
cinnamon or doing the ice.
that's how we are now.
But
I
what
don't
if?
know.
But what if the Anunnaki came here, started messing around with DNA and creating slaves and people to do all their work, and then other alien races showed up and said, "Hey, look, the Anunnaki found this place that's really cool. Let's go check it out." And now we have different because the Anunnaki was in the Middle East. Well, what about the people that the Peruvians worship that they say came from the stars? Maybe it
Right.
was and that's why we have different languages on this planet. It's because it was different aliens that came here and
Well,
did.
you've heard about the Prometheus myths, right? Like every culture seems to have like a figure like Prometheus or Hermes
Mhm.
that went around to the different locations and taught people different things. But why is their dialect different? That's well, the old biblical stories about Babel and all that fun stuff. God,
I'm
I'm
not.
getting hot in this sweatshirt, man. Holy shit.
I'm not very familiar with the Bible. I didn't do. I've perused it. I've read a little bit of it, but I haven't like studied it. I've studied Anton LaVey's book more. I
Yeah,
just
I've read that too.
I'm not really big in the Bible, and it's not anything. Look, I'm not a religious person. I used to be as a kid, but as time went on, the world has soiled me into thinking there is a God because there can't be. I just don't believe there is.
Well,
Um,
I believe what I believe in is almost incomprehensible. And I believe there's a central, I don't think God is a being per se, but I think there's a central life force that feeds, like, how they say it's the tree of life, but it's different than that. It's what I believe, because I had a near death experience where I saw this enormous tower of spinning blue light that was full of souls, and they were like ascending up in a spiral pattern, and it was just full of all the souls. And it got me thinking, what if we're like, we have our memories and record things in our minds. What if we are like individual components to something larger, like an octopus or something, where our memories are recorded? Because, like in a lot of religions, they talk about, when you get to heaven, your life will be reviewed and all your actions have been recorded in the memory in the library of heaven. And I started thinking, like, well, what if it's like a computer that we're all gathering data for a centralized, like a gathered consciousness kind of thing, a group. We're all one kind of thing. We're all part of one ginormous consciousness, and that consciousness is God. It's not a being. It's a collective. It's a very. I can't really articulate what I mean by it, but
are you talking about like the Matrix?
kind of, yeah. Like the Matrix, that we're in a simulation, and everybody is part of the simulation, and record stuff back to it. but it's more like I don't know if you know who Carl Jung is, who talked
Yeah.
about the collective soul. You know, that's where the group got their name. But it's kind
Mhm.
of like that we're part of a, we're part of a shared consciousness. All of us share this consciousness and this reality. And like individual parts of a computer, like there's like, 2000 RAM or whatever. I don't know anything about that shit. But like we're all little bits of little computers that report back and build the collective consciousness. I don't know. What I saw was so real and so warm and inviting and just, it was amazing. And I can only describe it as God itself. And God itself is all of us combined. Like we're all part of it. We're all an individual tentacle of the God machine. Even aliens are part of this central, like whatever's at the center of our galaxy. It's just because this thing was spinning like a galaxy. I don't know. It was very
But
weird.
see, this is the thing about the human brain. How do we know you weren't just hallucinating?
Well, I could very well have been. I mean, I could, because I was, when I saw this, I was using something called binaural beats, and I was in a structured meditation when I saw this. So binaural beats are you get a tone frequency in each side of your head. So your left hemisphere gets one, your right, well, your left over here, right? You got it. But it creates a phantom frequency in the center of your brain that's like a third frequency, and it aligns the hemispheres of your brain, but also tricks them at the same time. So you go into a weird meditative state, kind of like dropping DMT, kind of. And that's when I had my out of body experience and was shown what I was shown. I don't know if it was a near death experience because I didn't have my CPAP on and I was dozing out and I couldn't breathe, or what the deal was, but it was pretty amazing whatever I saw.
See, I'm not saying that what you saw isn't real. I'm just saying, do you ever sit back and go, nah, I must have been hallucinating? Have you ever second thought? Have you ever had a
Well,
second thought?
yeah, for sure, man. I mean, it was years ago, and for years I've been debating on if it was real or if it was a hallucination. I don't know, man.
Was this back when you gave me your house?
Uh,
Or was it before that?
I think it was before that, man.
Okay.
Because you moved in what, 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before that. It was for sure
Okay.
before that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking, this would have been like 17, 18, when I was on my hardcore spiritual journey about everything. And
Because there's people out there who believe that aliens exist, but they think that aliens are actual demons. That they're
yeah, they're interdimensional. That's kind of what I was getting at with the the flat Earth aspect. Whether we're in space or on flat Earth, I don't know. I think about both angles and the science behind them both.
see that's how
But yeah,
I listen to everything. I don't hate religion. It's just I think there's so much out there. It's hard for me to believe there's just that it's just one. Because you got Buddha and
well,
all.
that's the fucked up part, man. When I was on my spiritual journey that led up to me giving you my house and everything, I was studying all the religions. And what I found, because at the time my wife had left me, I was looking for answers about life and everything else. Uh, I really started to go down the rabbit hole on all the religions. And oddly, I found so many similarities with the underlying themes of all the religion. Like there's so much Buddhism in Christianity and Judaism with the Kabbalah, and has a lot in common with what the ancient mystery schools of Egypt were teaching and everything. So I believe there was an original message sent, and it was just warped and changed throughout time and region and control structure. And so I do find a lot of purpose in religion. And I certainly think it helps give people hope and, a little bit of, an external force guiding them. So not everything is internalized. And
Right. I'm not one of those. I may not be religious, but I'm not one of those dickheads, and you know who they are because they exist in the world. Who would be like, "Oh
right.
yeah, I used to be an alcoholic, but I found God." I'm cool with that. If God in Christianity or Buddha, whatever, is keeping you off alcohol and drugs, I'm all for that. Whatever makes you happy. I don't care. But there are people out there who, God's not real. Guy's professing why he's clean, and you want to shit on his parade. Well, God
Yeah,
doesn't really.
exactly. That's why if something, and there's so many millions and billions of testimony of people out there that think religion is real and it works for them. It's hard to deny that thing. If it's all mass hysteria or mass confusion, it still works for them, and you can't discount it. It's
Right.
part of our shared collectivism.
I can't prove that God is real, but I also cannot prove that he's not. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's like, so I can't rule it out. My personal beliefs is if he does exist, he doesn't care that I don't go to church and put money in a basket and fuck
No,
it.
it's not. It's nothing like that. Like I said, for my God, it's we're all apart, and we're a part of Him, and we're trying to collect life experiences and enjoy what we can and enjoy the creation as a whole. He certainly doesn't care that we don't go to church and give half of our income. If that helps some people, because I found every time I've went to church to be a pretty enjoyable experience. But
Well, I'm gonna say this too. One of my favorite movies. I love it. It actually made me cry. It was brutal, and it meant something to me. Even though I don't believe in all that stuff anymore, this movie was fucking awesome, and in a way that it moved me. And it was Passion of the Christ.
oh yeah, yeah, and see that's the thing. If the story moves you and you can get something from it, there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. That Crash of the Christ was a pretty wild movie, man.
I watched it. There was that all that hoopla about it, and some theaters were going to run it, some weren't. I was like, okay, I don't care. When this thing comes out on DVD, I'm snagging it. So I bought it and I watched it. And at first, I was like, I don't. This movie's slow. I don't. I just wasn't getting into it. But the entire once the Romans took him and crucified him and did all that and whipped him and beat him, my heart broke
Yeah, it was
because
bad, and
I,
Mel, he went all out on that shit
right.
too, man.
And here's the thing. I don't know if Jesus is my savior or not, but I really truly believe the man existed, and everything that is said about what happened to him happened because we know for a fact that the Romans crucified people.
Right.
So I think Jesus was real and no one took him seriously.
I
And
think Jesus was a Gnostic monk.
they thought he was
And
crazy and they killed him.
well, I think he was a Gnostic monk that was going to fight against the Romans. And the Romans desperately needed, because they were going in there and they were trying to basically take over the Jewish population and everything. And the Jewish people had a prophecy about a coming Messiah. And some people say they wrote Jesus as a way to create a passive Messiah that would cause the Jewish people to submit easier and whatnot. But I also think that Jesus was a Gnostic monk, and that taught Kabbalah and female male power things, and he was the way for humanity. Like what he was teaching was working, but if people would have caught on to it, it would have uprooted the Roman power structure and the Jewish power structure. So they killed him, made him a martyr, and then wrote him as the prophesied savior and all this stuff, but changed his message in a way that it would never really get out what his true message was. If you know anything about the Gnostics, they are the most interesting religion ever that I've encountered. And if I were to say I was any religion, I would be a Gnostic for sure. They search for knowledge and believe that our material world is ran by something called the demiurge, which basically is saying that Satan is pretty much in control of this realm and our reality, the way we live, the way we interact, the way we see people, how we use money. And we would be basically ascended beings if we didn't buy into the demiurge. And some people say that when they killed Christ, they made Christ into the demiurge, that the world was controlled under Christianity. It's very complicated. It's more complicated than I can really go into here, but
Because
weird
yeah,
stuff.
I when I watched that movie, I fucking I cried. I
Yeah,
literally cried because I was like, they beat the living, they tortured that man,
yeah, for sure.
and I was like devastated. And then the other one, and see, it wasn't, and that was the second time that's happened to me in my life. The first time I was a child when I watched Roots, and I saw
Yeah,
them
that
beat,
was pretty hardcore too, huh?
when they beat Kunta Kinte and whipped the shit out of him. I cried. I was like, why would I don't understand how you could do that to another fucking human being. Like
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't know much about slavery back then either, but
oh
hey,
it
hey, Grandpa, I got to get up and walk around for a little bit and take a break. So we might have to call this one. We've already went over the 2 hour mark,
all right.
and yeah, because I got to get up and move around a little bit and uh, get this coat off. I'm getting real lightheaded out of nowhere. So who's that?
Your buddy Joe Gallo. He's laughing because I cried at Roots. Dude, I was like, what? It was like 1970 something. I was a kid. I had
Oh,
never
yeah,
seen
we were just little
I,
kids, man.
I never seen anybody get beat like that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we were little kids, man. But
It's
yeah,
like,
let's do that. Let's do the plugs, and I'm gonna have to call it because
all right.
I gotta move around.
All right. I gotta add this one photo here, the last one. Then we'll do the promo one because you need to this is pretty cool. So hold on. There we go. Here we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it
I can't see that. What is that?
says Grandpa's World with Big Murr. It's got both me and you on a rascal scooter.
Ah, nice, man. Nice. My scooter's the shit. My scooter's the bomb, man.
You need to get it out. It's been nice out. It's not been
Yeah,
that
I
warm,
just haven't
but
been down there. It's gonna be 60 tomorrow, so I'm planning on getting down there. I don't have my nurse or anything, but so I'm
well,
gonna be down there for sure.
what do you got to plug?
Nothing for me. Backwoods. I don't think Backwoods is gonna be on not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. And we're
Okay,
doing Dead Alive. So
Dead Alive.
yeah.
Maybe I'll sneak on. It
Yeah, you
depends.
should. That one's gonna be good, man.
It depends. Depends on how things are. If I'm gonna be, you know. Um,
Right.
So that's in two. So it's 2 weeks, or this. So you don't know if it's this
No, it's
Sunday.
not this week. We just did one Sunday.
Okay,
So it's not going to be this Sunday. It's going to be next Sunday, I believe.
so y'all are definitely now permanently on Sundays.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to go. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So and I know you won't be doing Rabbit Red until dude can get some privacy. Till
Yeah,
Michael.
we talked about that today. It should be coming back soon, though.
Okay, all right. All I've got to plug is I got a couple things. Don't forget Ken Get Live with Ace Tuesday nights,
Yep, yep.
8 Pacific, 8 Central, 6 Pacific.
All right.
Um, he's been talking a lot about his movie and other stuff. It's a real good show. You can't miss it. Also, don't forget to check out Grandpa's playlist Saturday night at 8. This week is Ugly Kid Joe's debut album.
Oh, nice.
America's Least Wanted.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
So that will be Saturday night. And then, of course, this show will be next Thursday with me and Murr. And hopefully we'll stay on topic and won't talk.
Yeah. Well, things didn't go the way we wanted to this week. So I thought the entire world was going to be talking aliens. So, but yeah, and we can always finish up our alien conversation next week. I just got to move around for a minute.
And then don't forget, I posted some links on my profile for the movie. He's finally created a page for the movie, Camp Out Nightmare.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Mike J movie. Okay.
Yeah. So you could check those out. But other than that, of course, go to my website, grandpathernerd.com. You can also there's links there to go to Rabbit and Red's website, also Livid Media's website, so you can help support Ken and his movies. And then you can always go to my Grandpa's playlist on Facebook and email me at grandpathernerd@protonmail.com. And that's it. So that
sounds good.
I'll get us out of here, play the little thing, and we'll be done.
Right.
So you can move around. So
all right, I'll talk to you later, man. I'm gonna sign out. So
all right, man. I'll see you.
Peace. Bye.
See ya. Well, good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week, and we'll have more crazy shit to talk about. I know the option for the seeing impaired. I'll have to try it. I have it in the other room. I'll make sure I grab it. But I know what you're talking about. A lot of movies don't do the seeing impaired feature, so I have to check it out. But I know what you're saying. So I will check that out. So until next time, that's it for me. I will see you next time. See ya.